People see plants like this and they walk past them because they think they're gone, but they're not. They just need some love and care, some TLC. And I'm here to give my plants what they need. Hi guys, good morning. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. So in my last video I stated that I would do a video on how I care for my clearance plants that look like they are on the leg of dying, plants that are stressed. So that's what I plan on doing this morning. It's going to be a real short video. It was nothing too long, nothing too crazy, and it's very easy. So I have my gloves. I have some bleach in this bottle. It's diluted with some water. So I like to fill this up because I use it for everything. So say 1 cup of bleach to like 2 cups of water, or even 3 cups, because bleach is very strong. So that's that. And I have a pair of pruners and just a rag. So I will, whenever I cut a different plant, I like to spray my pruners down and wipe them off so I don't transfer any disease or bacteria that might be on these plants, which even though they look fine to me, you never know what's brewing underneath. So that's all you need, and now we're gonna get started. I'm gonna zoom in the camera so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay guys, I'll be starting off with the White Wands Veronica by Proven Winners. As you can see on the plants, they're wilted, they're stressed because it's dry, even though I've watered them. But what I realized is plants like this, excuse the siren, sorry guys, I live in the city. Okay, so plants like this, the roots is struggling to send up moisture to this whole stalk or this whole stem to support these leaves. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to trim it back by half, guys. Okay, I'm going to trim it back by half, and then it will encourage it to send out new growth. And it's still early on in the season, so it's perfectly fine for new growth to come on. By doing this, the roots can focus on strengthening itself and send out new roots. If not, it's struggling to send up moisture and nutrients to all this foliage up top. As you can see in the middle, guys, there's some new growth pushing out in the middle. Hope you guys can see this. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this aside and I'm going to water everything in later. I'm going to do the same thing to this. I'm going to cut off half of it so the roots can focus on strengthening itself, strengthening the root system, instead of sending energy up top when it's stressed. So all I'm going to do is water this and keep it well watered, guys. And also I'll put them in morning sun but afternoon shade because the plants are already stressed. They don't need extra environmental stresses especially from the sun. So make sure you keep these watered and well hydrated, but don't overwater. Next we have bee balm. With this, all you have to do is just deadhead the blooms. That's all you have to do. More than likely this will not bloom again for this season, so I'm just gonna deadhead these blooms. You can just deadhead them all the way down to a new fresh leaf. You see pushing out a new growth right there. So I'm just gonna cut these off and do the same thing with the last plant. Water everything in and give it morning sun and afternoon shade. Even though these are perennials and they require full sun, in a state like this, we're gonna cut back on the sunlight because it does more damage than good when they are trying to recover from the damage that's already been caused from the lack of water and the intense heat. Ever since I've been watering this plant, guys, there's been a whole bunch of new growth springing up at the bottom and on the sides. That's why I don't think I'm going to cut it all the way down. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Very simple, guys, very easy. Next we have a lavender. Now I know with some people they're not sure if they should cut their lavender all the way down because they're wondering, will it come back next year? Lavenders are very vigorous and very strong plants. So I'm not going to cut it all the way down to the woody stems. I'm just going to take the top piece off. I'm just going to take the top piece off, guys. The plant is struggling right now to maintain the top half healthy, but it's so stressed that it cannot focus on the root system, and that's what we're worried about. These plants are already gone for this season, so we're just focusing on preparing them for next season. So when they come out next season, they come out strong, healthy, and ready to put on a show. So we're gonna cut it halfway back, take the top off so we can focus on the root system, guys. And I still have some leaves to collect photosynthesis from the sun, to make sugar and all that good stuff. That's to help produce good, strong, healthy roots. And that's all it is, guys. That's all it is to it. Nothing crazy, nothing hard. You know, don't overthink it. Here we have 2 echinaceas, okay? This one is very fried, but you can see there are still healthy green leaves around it. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut off this bloom all the way down to the green part because it's dried. There's nothing else on here. It has no use. So just cut it back to the green, to the healthy part. Just cut all of these off. And just take off all the dried leaves. Let me tell you guys, looks can be deceiving. And in this case, it is. People see plants like this and they walk past them because they think they're gone, but they're not. They just need some love and care, some TLC. And I'm here to give my plants what they need. Voila! And just like that, just consistent moisture, and it's gonna send up some new growth and push out some new leaves. This is the same thing. This is another White Wands Veronica, and even though it has fresh blooms on there and it looks pretty decent, I'm still gonna cut it halfway back. It's just like giving it a fresh haircut after it did its first bloom. You're gonna cut it back and it's gonna spring up fresh new blooms and new growth. So don't be scared to cut your perennials back, guys. Take off all the dried leaves, everything that looks scorched, everything that looks like it's yellowing. I'm going to leave the rest, some leaves on there to collect photosynthesis from the sun, to collect energy from the sun, to produce photosynthesis, to send energy to the plants. But in the middle, guys, in the middle, there's nothing but new growth coming up in the middle, guys. New growth everywhere. So just keep them, just be consistent with your water, and you're good to go. Now this baby right here, this, it looked like it was dying a couple days ago when I bought it. There wasn't any new growth on there really. You saw the nodes, but there was no leaves pushed out at the moment, or pushing out at that time. So I took it home. And I've been watering it every single morning, guys. I give it morning sun, afternoon shade. And you know limelights can take full sun depending on what zone you're in. I'm in 6B, 7A, and it gets full on sun from the moment it comes up till, from the moment the sun comes up till the sunset. Not this specific one, but I have a couple more in my garden. So I want you guys to take a close look. You see all these nodes right here, all these new leaves that pushed up. What I'm going to do, I already sprayed my pruners. I always do. After every plant, I spray my pruners. Wipe them off. I'm just going to come down to a node that has a new set of leaves pushing out and cut right above that. Just like that. So I'm going to come down. There's a new node right here and cut right above that. Come down to a new node right there and cut above that. That's all I'm doing, guys. Come down to a node and cut right above that, because everything above that is dead. It's dry. So wherever you see fresh new leaves, then you know that's healthy and that's good. Anywhere else, it's dry, it's brittle, it's dead, guys. It's dead. Then I'll go in and take off all the dried up crinkly leaves, and be careful, guys, you don't want to damage any of the new buds that's pushing out from the nodes. So that's pretty much it. There's nothing fancy, nothing special. Repeat, do not fertilize your stressed plants. They are already stressed. You don't need to add any fertilizer to force them to put on more growth. Let them naturally recover. You giving them fertilizer is going to do more damage than good, in my opinion, and from my experience as well. So all you have to do is take them home, and the moment you take them home from the store, your big box stores, your local nurseries, from wherever you find these beautiful plants that just need some love, drench them in water. Water them. Make sure they are soaking wet and they are well draining. Next thing, just clean up all the dead stems, the dead leaves from off and around the plants, to give it air to breathe and to give the roots a break from trying to send energy all the way up to the top to sustain what's going on up here. I left these on here for a few reasons. Some of them need to come off, but some, there's a lot of new growth and new buds in here, so I didn't want to cut those off completely. Yeah, that's it. Water and some care to clean up the plant, and that's all I do. I do not fertilize my distressed plants. I do not fertilize plants that look like they're already dying. Fertilizer do more damage than good. So if you found this helpful, like this video, leave a comment. If you have any suggestions for myself, because each one teach one, I learn from you guys the same way you guys learn from me, so leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and again, if this is your first time here on my channel watching my videos, just go ahead and click that subscription button so you never miss an upload from me. Until next time, see you guys in another video. Bye guys.